The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
A podcast within a podcast. Are we living in a simulation? Another week, the co-host Kev can go fuck himself. My name is Taylor Cooper, and this might be news to you. What is up, everybody? It is the week of October 26th, 2020. My name is Taylor Cooper. Like I said, with me as always, co-host Jackie. What is going on? What's going on? So, and we have a very special guest today on this episode. We have Fuzz, Seymour, and James Ryan from In Cold Storage. What is going on, you guys? How are you guys?
What's up? Hey, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
This is exciting.
I'm using your full names, but I just know you as Fuzz, JB. JB.
That's our full names.
So, yes, huge guest. I've been on your podcast. We did the Potapalooza together.
Keep the fat jokes down?
Fat jokes, trust me, it's okay. But yeah, we've done some things together, and I've gotten to know you guys a little bit recently in the past couple months, and I'm thrilled to have you here. I'm excited
to be here.
Thank you.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. So, first of all,
JB dressed up for the occasion.
I see. JB looks very nice today.
I have a sweater on.
He has a sweater on.
Visuals.
Everybody's got hoodies on.
Yeah, I'm in a camo
JB
hoodie.
has
I barely
sweater
changed
on.
out of pajamas. Okay.
I probably
Barely.
wouldn't have.
JB has a sweater on. In Cold Storage Podcast. Why don't you tell me a little bit about where people can find In Cold Storage Podcast?
Oh, JB, go ahead, take that away.
Oh, you got that.
Okay.
Man. You're the man.
Okay. Well, where they can find, we're on everything. As far as I know, all the major platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Stitcher, Podbean, all that stuff. You go there, you'll find us.
Awesome.
But yeah, we even check out our YouTube. We do video for pretty much anything we do with a guest, and then special episodes as well. And then, of course, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/incoldstorage. You can actually see one of our latest videos where JB almost dies.
Yeah.
From hot sauce with 6 million Scoville.
Oh, God.
6 million plus.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was death.
Death.
I almost died.
Wow.
Now,
Yeah.
did you want to do that?
No, I didn't. Like we had a list. It was a lineup of like 8 different sauces.
It was like 12.
Yeah, It was a lot, and I only got to like the third one, maybe like the fourth one, and I tapped out. But in the very beginning, I told him I would only do like if he wanted me to, I would do the top 2 because I didn't want to do them all. Like, yeah. I don't
think I would even probably
spicy.
pass like level 1.
But, yeah, no, the first couple they weren't spicy.
The first one was actually technically a barbecue sauce. It was a rum sauce. It was fucking amazing.
And you guys are both into like spicy shit, like, right?
Well,
I like spicy stuff, but I can't get too spicy.
Right.
So that's my thing. I like spice, but not too much.
Right.
He can go higher than me.
You're into it.
A couple years ago, something broke in me at a taco festival, and we were eating these lamb tacos, and my singer at the time of my band, Sunset Hollow, he keeled over and just like basically started hacking on the ground, just screaming. His face turned red. He said it's so hot he could barely breathe. So I'm holding it in my hand, and I have the same thing he has, and I'm like, well, I got to see how this plays out, right? Like I can't just this seems like crazy. So
right.
I can't smell. I don't have a sense of smell. I'm nose blind, so I can't do like a sniff test to see how spicy it is.
I forgot about that.
So, you try, you feel a little tickle in the back of your throat. You're like, can't be that bad. He's just got to be a bitch, right? Like, whatever. Take a bite. It was hot. Like, I felt the tears coming and everything, but I took it. And then after that, he told people, and people would bring me hot challenges. And I just kept doing them. So I did like the ramen, the red and the black packs. I did those, and my wife did it with me with someone else. JB actually did that on a Patreon video as well.
Wow.
Which was the hottest thing he had until we did the 6 million Scoville.
Okay.
And that ramen was hot. Like that shit was hot.
It is.
Like it was really good because like I wanted to keep eating it, but it was too hot. I just couldn't do it.
See, I like hot stuff, but like I'm just like, ugh.
No.
When it I don't even know what the threshold is on the Scoville or whatever. But
Let's put
like,
it this way.
there's a certain point where I'm just like, I'm out.
No.
0%
I
chance.
can do about a medium salsa. That's
Really?
about it.
Okay.
See,
And like, don't get like again. A lot of times it's delicious, but it's too
much,
hot for
yeah.
me. Where I feel like I can't enjoy. I want to be able to enjoy it.
It's
Yeah.
not very necessary. And
Correct.
we actually had something on there. So I think JB did about 8 of them. And then he tapped out, and then he did the final one.
I don't even think I did that many.
You did. You did a good job. When you ate the last one, I was
You
impressed.
must have blacked out.
I skipped a lot though. I did skip a lot.
We had a blueberry dessert hot sauce.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Something I never heard of. And
I would never even want to try that.
No,
what our
nasty.
guest said was it's great on ice cream. And I just sat there and was like, I've never
in
thought
my
about
life.
tainting ice cream.
No.
That's
like,
weird.
You think of that as like a prank.
Yeah.
Wasabi ice cream, hot sauce ice
Yeah.
cream. He's doing it on purpose, and it didn't even taste good.
Wow. No.
No.
It didn't have a good taste.
I was gonna say that's like an oxymoron.
Did it even taste like blueberry?
Yeah,
He
that
said
was
it
the,
did.
That was the disgusting part.
Now remember, I can't smell. So a lot of times, what I find out is like so when you guys eat, you enjoy 3 senses. So you're enjoying aroma, you're enjoying taste, and you're enjoying scent. I only get one of them. So it tastes nothing like blueberries. So it must be an aromatic that's involved in it that makes it smell like an extract they used. But he definitely said he got it immediately before. As soon as he bit it, he said, "Ew, it tastes like blueberries."
So, quick question: Did you lose your sense of smell, or did you just were never born with a sense of smell?
I was in a really bad car accident when I was a kid, but I don't know. I was like so young
Okay.
that we can assume it was that, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had it. I had no memories of when I was like before 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't know.
So you don't have like a memory of smell.
No. Let's
Like,
look at
there
it this
isn't
way.
like
I'm
a-
Daredevil with my nose.
He's
know what
like,
I mean?
"Mom, my diaper's dirty. Change me. I
Yeah,
can
you know what I
smell it." That's not like that.
You know how many times I
amazing.
drank spoiled milk because I can't smell it?
Wow.
Oh no!
wow.
Read the date. Read the date.
My
What
wife.
else?
No, the dates were good. My wife lives in horror because she has to constantly smell all my food before I eat it. Because
Wow.
I'm like, hey, when did you make this? Smell it.
Wow.
I want to smell it, Fuzzy. It's like you got to do it.
Wow.
I'm gonna die. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a bacterial thing, and I'm gonna die. You got to do this to save my life. You know what I mean?
You know what
My
I
wife
just-
is on the front lines every day.
Wow. Yeah.
The one thing I just
That's
thought
crazy.
about is like we just put leftovers in the fridge, and I was like, how great would it be if you could use a dry erase marker to label what it is and the date that it was made, so that when you go in the fridge, you have a date as to when you
yeah.
made it. Because there's times I go to my parents' house, I'm like, how old's this spaghetti? Was this week's or last week's? And my mom's like, no, that's from this week. I'm like, are you sure? Because you guys make spaghetti at least once a week.
I got
and they make
invention.
a lot.
You gotta get a sticker that prints the fridge. That prints the date out the fridge. So all you gotta do is hit the button, bam, sticker comes out.
Sticker.
You put it on the Tupperware.
It's like Wawa.
Yeah.
yeah, bam.
Yeah.
Got an end date.
Boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom.
I
Sticker
just,
everything.
came
label.
up with that, so don't
And a
steal
time
it.
and timestamp. Yeah.
Yeah, we have intellectual property notice here that In Cold Storage invented that concept. We're gonna make a magnet attachment that goes to your fridge that just prints a label for that time and date, and you can choose colors depending on if it's meat, if it's chicken. You know,
Yeah.
poultry.
Boom. That's
Yeah.
actually.
Green
There
for
we go.
veggies. You
It
know
gets
what I mean?
deeper and deeper.
We had this planned out, but this is the first time we've talked about it. But I did want to put in this perspective. Have you ever seen that show Hot Ones?
Yes. Yes.
The final hot sauce they use is called The Last Dab. It's 2 million plus.
Oh my God.
We had a hot sauce called The End, and it was 6 million plus. So
my
technically,
God.
we beat Shaq and all those other people.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Anyone who bounced out of that, we're better.
Yeah, and like I said, I almost died. But I don't understand how he took it. Like he was just sitting there, and
I wonder
really
if
almost
it's. I
died.
wonder
I
if
cried.
the smell, like, if it takes away from the intensity of the heat. Do you think?
Got him.
I don't know.
Maybe.
You ever smell something you're like, that's singed?
Because like
my nose hairs
it
are
gets in
burning.
your
even think I
nose and then
smelled
it
it,
just
though.
gets in your face and then it's just everywhere. You know
I
what I
just
mean?
don't think
Like-
you're remembering.
It was like an immediate burn. Like
Yeah.
like as soon as it went on my tongue.
Oh, I bet.
Like well, it wasn't immediate. It was like 3 seconds.
He was blowing bubbles in almond milk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I want
Like,
you
I
to
got
we
super
also,
hot and sweaty.
We forgot to bring up the almond milk after that. So the next day I went down to get it. Almond milk also curdles. I never knew that. I
Wow.
picked it up and I heard chunks and I was like, I'm never gonna look in this. I'm not pouring it down the sink. It's going in the trash. Sorry.
Not okay. That's not okay.
No, yeah, it was weird. I'm sure that's worse than regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I mentioned in the opening that we have done a couple shows together. We did the Potapalooza with Joe Schmo.
Yes.
Shout out to Alex and Ian, and we had a great time that day. And then I stopped by and did a show with you guys.
Yep.
And we were in the process of moving. I would have loved to have done it like back to back. You know what I mean? But like I'm glad that we get you here. Next time you'll be here, we'll be in our actual
Hopefully.
studio. But yeah, we can find you guys anywhere. Tell me about how you started in cold storage. Like what gave you the idea?
Well, with me, I think it started when we were actually on Joe Schmo.
Okay.
And I think I was on and he was on.
Separately.
Yeah, separately.
Okay.
And then I think they had us on together after that.
That was
Yeah.
after we started the podcast.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, sometime after we were on separately, Fuzz came to me and was like, yo, I'm trying to start a podcast and I would like you to be on it. And I'm like, well, whatever, let's go. And
Fun fact about Joe Schmo Radio. When we were starting the network, I approached Alex because he hit me up. Was just like, I'd really like to do something. And Joe Schmo Radio was going to be, I think it might be Freedom.
Something like that.
Because they're like super libertarian,
Yeah.
and I wanted like that
Anarchist
Yeah, they were
libertarians,
like
too.
kind of like into that, and we were thinking about going that direction. And they were like, "No, we're just going to do Joe Schmo Radio." I was like, "Great, that's awesome," and like so that's funny that you guys got your start kind of like thinking about that. So you went there, and your gears kind of started grinding, like as far as like we could do this.
Well, actually, before any of that happened, so me and JB knew each other in middle school. We didn't see each other for a long time. He was actually my quarterback, and I was a lineman. And then
Okay.
I would also play defense and stuff. He was the best quarterback I ever had. I only had two. It's good odds, but he's the best one.
Yeah.
I got to give him that credit.
Yeah.
So we used to hang out back in the day, and then we just kind of like, I never saw him in high school. Like, I never even saw him in school. But we went to the same school.
and still live right down the street from each
Yeah.
other.
Wow.
So it was weird how like culturally we just separated and we were in the same exact fucking space. We lived in Urselden. No one knows what Urselden is.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny triangle in the middle of East Fallowfield.
Wow.
And no one even knows how to spell it.
Even the people that live there.
including me.
Yeah.
Including me. There's a U in there. There's an ERCEL. It's Urselden. Like not, you know what I mean? It's weird. Do you know how to spell it?
No. ERICUL. I don't know.
You're just guessing.
I don't know.
Well,
I got to write it down.
That's how. Yeah.
the beauty of social media. One day I saw some posts that was kind of raging up some things that was based on like race. And for me, being in a band, I never commented on much. I didn't say anything about politics or anything. I didn't want to hurt my brand. Now with a podcast, you can take a whole different approach. You can speak your opinions, and then you can influence. You can help people
Yeah.
understand. You know, it's great, and you can learn. JB had made a post that I would say most people wouldn't have agreed with, but like logically, I understood it completely. And I just messaged him privately because I don't like to comment on the post. And I said, hey, I wanted you to know that I really respected your way you worded this, and like you put a lot of care into that thought. And I think you got it right. Like, and I'm glad I can see someone else who's like, I don't want to say I'm an intellectual, you know what I mean? Because then you're not. You just
Right.
basically,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
someone think.
Humble brag.
Humble
Yeah,
brag.
seeing someone think, you know what I mean? Like really
Yeah.
deeply think. So I hit him up for breakfast, and he shows up, and I just basically I popped a question on him. Like, this is 3 years later. I messaged him. He left me on red. You know what I mean? And then he goes, yo, I never
man.
saw this message. I'm sorry. Like 3 years later, he just
Yeah.
goes through his messages because he's that unpopular, and I'm still at the top of the list. And he goes, sorry, I never saw this. So I asked him out to breakfast. Now, this is after he was on Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
He shows up at, and you used to go by Grimy Green, right? So he shows up at Green Street, girl. So Green, you know what I mean? You're still
Yeah.
involved. And, he comes over. I bribe him with the breakfast that he paid for. And I basically said, hey, I've been thinking about this podcast thing, after going on Joe Schmo and seeing that, like, I have these mental blocks that I have to do everything the best way starting, and it's not true. You can build your way up. So I was like, I need someone else to hold me accountable. We were a team before in football. We got along well. We never really fought as kids. He thinks I took him on an ATV ride, and I never went ATV riding. It's still an argument to this day.
He did. Him and his brother. And, they both,
My brother,
they're both telling me
terrified.
I'm lying.
My brother was like, never went on an ATV once. And I went on an ATV one time, did a Superman, and never did it again. So I know he's lying. And yeah. So basically, after seeing that, I was like, I need someone to hold me accountable, and I want someone who thinks like I do, but from a different perspective. And there's not much more different than like a 5'7" white guy, fat dude from a metal scene, and then a 6'4" black guy from the same area that have completely different experiences. And he was
Yeah.
college educated. I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
We really fill in a lot of voids to complement each other. I know the struggles of being fat and losing too much in Call of Duty, and he understands the struggles of not any door is made for his tall ass to get through. You know what I mean? These are different perspectives. I can't reach the top shelf. He can't reach the bottom shelf. We're a team.
We went.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah,
we,
that
we
happens
just,
here.
We just went out to lunch last weekend with a couple of friends, and I'm walking through the doorway at this restaurant, and I bend down, and her friend was just like, "Did you just have to bend down?" I'm like, "It's just natural. I just do it through like every door." Is that something that you do too?
I don't really bend down, but sometimes I like
Just like
move my
duck a
head
little
to
bit.
go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
side.
Just like
yeah.
duck a little
Bob
bit.
and
Yeah.
weave here a little bit.
I try not to bend down too much. Like I used to work for Coca-Cola, so we used to have to put all the stuff on like the grocery shelves and all that. And of course, like I was on the bottom shelf all the time. Like I hated that. Like being tall in the grocery store, like it's definitely made for shorter people. They think it's made for tall people, but it's not.
Well, it depends. See, that's from your perspective.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
right.
made for
People like
my
me, I'm
height.
like, how am I supposed to
Yes.
get that up there?
I'm the perfect height there. Like I have like older ladies who come up to me and go, "Excuse me, sir, can you grab that on the top shelf?" And I
All
feel
the
like
time.
a fucking man. You know what I mean? But then JB
Yes.
comes over and we don't have to bust out the fucking 4-foot ladder because he can reach the flower hooks outside,
Yeah.
and he's doing it. And my wife's like, "This is so nice," and I was like, "What's it like having a real man around?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like such a bitch. Then I'm like, man, yesterday some lady needed popsicles and I handled that shit. Now
Yeah.
I'm nothing.
Yeah. I got that lady her popsicles. I'm a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny being in the grocery store, like at the top shelf. I can really like reach the back of the top shelf
Yeah.
without like
Yeah.
Yep.
doing
I'd be
anything.
like, there's one more taco
It's all the way
set,
back there.
Yeah, all
and it's
the way
all the way
back.
back. I need you to get it.
Yep, and they-
Because
yeah.
we like to go to the grocery store together. We will divide and conquer and just get that shit done
Yes.
and
Okay.
out. So there's times where I'm like, I spotted it, but I cannot get it.
Yeah.
It's down this aisle.
I like turn the corner and she's just standing and where she wants to get something and she's just like looking up. I'm like, all right, I'm coming.
Defeated.
You know what I noticed though? Women have no problem, no matter what age they are. They had no problem coming to ask me, even if it wasn't like 2 hours away. They'd be like, "Sir, can you please help me get this like 2 hours away?" But men would never do it. Even
No.
like shorter
Yeah,
men, they're
it's
never going to do
Pride.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Pride
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
it's
you're right
so
about
funny
that.
Me,
because
I have no pride.
yeah, I see
Toxic
somebody
masculinity
struggling.
is what
Like
it's
I'll
called.
see the man struggling, and like I'll wait a second to see if he's going to ask me, and he won't ask. And even if I ask him, like, "Do you need help?" Like a couple people will say yeah then, but I've had a couple people say no,
Do you know what I
and then
just
still
pictured though?
struggle.
Yo.
I just pictured you picking them up so they can get it rather than you just getting it. I just pictured you just picking up a little man and letting him get it like a child. Like, oh, do you want to touch
That's
the
funny.
ceiling?
Yeah,
Right,
right.
right.
That
I
would be
might,
hilarious.
next time I'm in the grocery store, I might have to ask the shorter person to get something at the bottom shelf for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do it.
So
I
you
might
don't
have to
reach
do
back.
that.
Yeah, so you don't reach
Yo,
back.
excuse me, Miss or Mr. Can you
Yeah.
please get this for me all the way at the bottom? I just don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, hell
Let's see
yeah.
what the reaction is. Like,
Yeah.
are you?
How
for
dare
real?
you assume their pronouns?
Yo.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm just playing. You know what I think you guys should start doing? One of two things. One, you should either start pushing everything in the top row all the way back as like a fuck you to all the short people who make fun of you and call you, like always ask, "Hey, do you play basketball?" You know what I mean?
Oh,
How many
yeah.
times?
And why,
Yeah.
that's always the question too.
Yeah.
Do you play basketball? I'm like, why does everybody go
Always.
to basketball?
Because that's
It could be volleyball.
My
So-
brother's wife's, I think like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
And she played basketball. So for her, it's like appropriate, right?
Yeah.
But then like his like previous girlfriends before, he liked some Amazonian. She was a volleyball player, but she always she was like, no one even
Yeah.
thinks of volleyball. And I
No,
was like,
they don't.
no, of course not. It's
They
fucking
don't.
volleyball.
I like
Right.
volleyball too.
But you should push them all back, or what you should do is you should be super nice and always pick from the back
Right.
so that we can reach.
Yeah.
But if we do that, we need to make a deal between you giants and us shorter people. Okay?
Yeah.
That we will then pull everything to the front on the bottom shelf,
If
so
we
you don't
start-
have to try to get back there.
You just
I
have to
will
swipe
say,
down.
in grocery stores, if they're packing them the way that they're supposed to, and we pick from the back, y'all are going to get stuck with the older product.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
You know what? I'm just
I'm
going
just
to get
letting
one
you
of
know.
those grabbers so that I can get
Oh,
things
the
from the
arm.
top shelf and he'll be able to get things from the bottom shelf.
I know.
It's just like a little extender. It has a little arm
Just so
on
you
it.
know, I have one at work, and they're great.
Well,
Really?
Yes.
now you should take it to the grocery store.
Use it for the bottom shelf.
I have one of the plunger
Yeah.
ones that has like the 3 claws for like metal
Oh.
things and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, it's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I can't pick up a gallon of acetone, but I mean, I can pick up a couple pens.
Wow.
Like I got it. You know what I mean? You ever been in your chair at your office and you can't reach that pen? You know what I mean? You just pull
Oh
this
my
joint
God.
out.
I make the noise.
Oh yeah.
Every time I have to, I drop things all the time, by the way.
We're the king of like noises all the time. Like
Right.
hearing us get into a car, it's like, where the hell is this bus of seniors at? It's like, why are there so many different sounds? There's got to be at least 6 people in there. It's just
So I
us.
get in the car, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I definitely make dad noises and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
It happens.
So back to In Cold Storage. Fuzz, you mentioned that you were in a band. What was the name of the band again?
Sunset Hollow.
And what do you play?
Bass.
Bass? Very cool. You were into audio already, and you brought that experience kind of to the podcasting scene that you were doing?
Yeah, basically, I looked around my place, and at the time, my band was kind of just like slowing down. And now with Rona, everything's shut down.
Everything,
but like
yeah.
my band's realistically like we're done. Like we've gotten to a point where we're kind of satisfied where we got to, and we've all moved on to different things. So I was looking around because I'm one of those people who has to fill all my time because I have like mental things that just keep me down. So I stay busy. So for me, I'm looking around. I'm going, I always wanted to do this podcast thing. I have everything to do it except for like a couple mics. I can buy this and this. Like I was just on Joe Schmo, and that's what influenced the whole thing. So when we came out, one of the first things I told JB was I'm writing our intro. Like I need music like in my life. So I'm gonna use our platform to keep doing music stuff. And then now we're working on a rap album.
Yeah,
for JB.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Glock Panther.
Lizzie
Black
P.
Panther. Yeah.
Now, so when you brought the idea to JB, what was your first reaction to it? Like were you into it from the start?
I mean, yeah, like I said, I had being on Joe Schmo was my first time being on a podcast and all that, and just having that experience. Like I said, it was fun to me, so I was like, "Fuck it!" Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we can do it.
When do you guys put out episodes? When do you guys release episodes?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, every week.
And I know that you guys have a Patreon and everything like that. Why don't you plug that up a little bit?
It's patreon.com/incoldstorage.
And you guys have merch and everything that you guys.
Yeah, we just released our official run of T-shirts. Awesome. We're doing them on pre-order basis. We have our first run already running. Those people should be getting their shirts in about 2 weeks.
It's awesome.
And they'll be.
They look dope.
They'll be getting
I
that
like 'em a
information
lot.
from. I'm gonna be sending this podcast, and they're like, "Well, when do the shirts come out? Go listen to Might Be News. It's in there. You'll hear it."
Yeah.
We're growing. We're doing great. It's interesting because I didn't want to put as much into this as I did my band because it kind of defeated me to see it fail. So like again, like I was trying to I was hesitant about stepping too deep in.
Yeah.
But like JB's literally just, it's weird how like we compliment each other in a way. It's like a business platform of, he doesn't do shit, but he'll hold you to a standard that you set yourself, because I'll set like, hey, this is what we need to do, this and that. And then he'll be like, dog, what happened every Tuesday? What happened to this? What happened to, and that's why we've missed one Tuesday in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
great.
Like
Yeah.
we have guests cancel and we got to pull it out of our ass.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We had a time
It
where
happens.
JB literally came from a situation where the daycare,
Oh yeah.
where like his daughter might have been hit or something by one of the daycare people, and he was just there, and like they were threatening to call the cops and everything, and then he
Wow.
has to show
Yeah.
up and do a show. He didn't even tell me till after.
Yeah.
I mean, he's sitting there, I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, I ain't gonna tell
Dedication.
you what happened.
Yeah.
He was like, I almost got arrested. This whole thing, like, no one's hitting my baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
My mom was not even allowed back into daycare from that. So,
But yeah, it was it kind of reminded me that a lot of times you, like even now with 2020, things happen and you don't want to do things you committed to, and like your word is really everything. And like to me, like even though I don't really I don't give myself the confidence I need, like and then like give myself like the credit and hold promises to myself, I do really well with other people. So I've set up my life in a way where I make sure that other people are there, because I'm more concerned about JB than I am me.
Right.
So having him there, I can't fail JB. And then as we get Patreons, I can't fail them.
Right.
That's
right.
kind of what keeps me motivated. Without that, like I really would just sit at home and play video games and jerk off and fall asleep.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what-
Right.
yeah, I hate missing like a Tuesday or something like that. Like I hate not recording. So like whenever we have time issues or something like that, like I try to, let's do something. Like we got to do something.
He's had to convince me.
Yeah.
Like there's days where like he has to make me do it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, thanks. Like I can't have someone who's just
It's
gonna
like
quit.
it's like the same as like you're trying to go to the gym, right?
Yep.
So like I had the gym membership, and my sister wanted to go, and I could get her in for free as my guest,
Yep.
right? So it's like, well, shit, she's gonna want to go to the gym. I need to go because she can't get in without me.
Yep. Yeah.
And then she's like, well, she's only going because of me. So
Yeah.
it holds us both accountable.
Exactly. Accountability buddies.
Until we both go, I don't feel like going to the gym, and you're like, well, I guess we're not going.
Yeah.
Then you get pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What'd you say? Accountability buddies?
Yes, that's what they used to call it.
I like it.
And I like that a lot.
I like that a lot.
I think I learned that in Boy Scouts.
It's really good.
Oh, really?
For real?
Yeah, I was in Boy Scouts. I wasn't touched.
Me too.
I'm
wasn't
not making
either.
fun of the Boy Scouts thing, but I just thought you came up with that on the
Yeah.
fly.
Oh, no,
I thought it was really good.
I wish I did.
Original
You should
idea.
probably put that on a
Yeah,
shirt.
can you edit that out? Hey, I just made this new term.
Yeah.
Accountability buddies.
Yeah.
Just aired that on this. Just wanna,
Yeah.
My son
show
actually
proper.
wanted to be a Boy Scout, and I told him no.
I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of my leadership qualities that are good came from that.
Yeah.
I really do think I learned a lot. They actually just declared bankruptcy.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, and when they had to change because of the whole transgender issue, they actually kept their name as BC Boy Scouts. What was it? BSOU or something, whatever. OA. They had to keep it that way because that's their company title. It's like taxes, so it still stayed that like anagram, but they had to change the name to like the Scouts of America.
Right.
And then shortly after that, actually, I think I told the story on our podcast. I'm sitting at home watching YouTube videos like a grown adult does, and that's how I get all my information. That's how I know that Trump is the supreme leader of all things. You know what I mean? I'm not. So that was a joke, Jackie. Don't stab me.
Yeah.
But I see this ad come up. It was the most aggressive ad I've ever seen in my life, and we're in 2020 politics time, right? Like there's literally burning buildings on YouTube saying that this could be America, and it's like, you mean the America outside right now?
Yeah.
And
Right.
so I'm sitting there and I'm kind of not looking at the screen directly. I'm looking at my phone, and it's like, were you a Boy Scout of America? Were you molested? And I was like, what? And it was like real aggressive. It was like, you can get money now. And I was like, what the fuck? I watched a 5-minute ad where they just basically screamed at me about this stuff.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting there going, I learned and got so much out of that. But like the fact that happened, like, could you imagine?
You should have signed up.
Could you imagine if that happened? On like when you were there, like, you know what I mean, like to find out that the guy in the tent next to you something happened. Like, I never even thought of that.
No, me neither.
You know what I mean? Like the polar plunge. First of all, you get a bunch of kids up at fucking 4 a.m. and they jump into a freezing cold pond, right? Our dicks are small. Everything retracts. What's the attraction? You know what I mean? Like no one wants anything. We're all like,
Everything
we're all
retracts.
freezing. Our nipples are hard. Everything's recessed. We're fucking
You
scared.
think about it though. Just think about how big it is. Like sometimes I forget just like how
I appreciate
big
the compliment about how
America
big it is.
is.
Oh, America. I thought you were talking about. Hey, polar bear plunge don't do shit, baby.
I look like a penis.
But no, I forget sometimes, like when I'm digging into like online like comments and stuff like that. This is a perfect example of that. Like, just I forget how big and how stupid America is.
Yeah.
Like there's certain areas where it's just like, civilized, stupid, civilized, stupid, civilized, stupid. Like that's America in a nutshell. And like, I don't mean like everybody in like these areas is stupid. What I mean is just like, I look at, sometimes I'm like, where are these people from? And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Florida
like,
man.
As far as like Boy Scouts and what you're talking about, it's just like, who knows where that shit's happening? You know what I mean? Like it could be some fucking stupid place, some backwoods stupid fucking place where it's just like, this is what we do here. Just fucking crazy.
Well, isn't that where they have Boy Scouts? Do they have Boy Scouts in like major cities?
Everywhere.
Do they?
I think
everywhere.
Yeah, you travel.
They
to
bust you
campgrounds.
out. Yeah, they bust you out.
I was going to say, like, if you're in Philly, like, where are you going to Boy Scout at? Like,
some auditorium someplace. But then
That's what I'm
they'll
saying,
bust you
right?
out to like go camping and
See,
stuff.
in this area, there was 2 locations. When you were in Cub Scouts, you would go to Camp Ware, which was in. I think that was actually technically in Maryland. They're both on the border, like the Mason-Dixieland border or whatever.
Yeah.
So basically, on both sides was 2 camps. Once you got to a certain point, you would go over to Camp Horseshoe, which was for the Boy Scouts. That was much bigger, a lot more terrain, like canoeing, all that stuff. Camp Ware was more like, if you took like a really cool soccer camp and took away all the goalie nets. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, so in cold storage, I'm proud of you guys. I like listening to your podcast when I can, and I see the consistency. How many episodes do you guys have now? Do you know?
We're almost at 100.
Yeah, I think we're over 90.
Okay.
But not at 100.
It's incredible,
Okay.
man. It's such a cool feeling to like be reaching like new milestones and like to keep pushing, man.
We refuse to take any of them down too. So
Yeah.
the very first one we released is still the very first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we were
And
actually
it was
planning
probably
out.
super awkward, right?
Yeah, trying to plan out the 100th episode.
We still think our first episodes are better.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Was the 100th episode the one where I shaved?
Maybe.
No. The
you
100th episode was when we waxed Danny and Kev's legs.
Okay.
Only one of their legs apiece.
Oh, that's messed up because then I have to deal with that one leg. Well, I mean,
All summer.
All summer.
They went to the beach like that. Oh, it was a great episode.
that's
That's
funny.
where this sound is
That's-
from. Oh, not that one. Wrong one. This one.
one.
That's co-host
That was
Kev.
Kev screaming.
That's co-host Kev.
Can we talk about how monotone that scream is? With one pitch change.
Here's
Wah.
co-host Kev.
I'm gonna put in my butt and twist it.
Terrible person.
Yeah, we're on episode 92.
92.
is
That's
what we're
amazing,
on.
man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank
for
you.
real.
Thank
And you guys have a lot of guests on your show. A lot of local guests, people that you know, interesting people that you know.
Yeah. Some we don't.
Yeah. Some people, we
never met before. They just show up. Like back when we were actually in a cold storage unit where
Yes.
we started, we would have people meet us out there.
Thank you for bringing that up. I actually wanted to bring that up. You used to record this actually in a cold storage unit.
Yeah. So to explain why it's cold, we started around November. And we didn't release our first episode till January. So we went through the trials, like trial episodes, figuring out things, yelling at each other, breaking up, getting back together. You know what I mean? That kind of deal. We did all that in like 2 months. That's why we're perfect now. You know what I mean? We never fight, right? And basically, we would meet up there, and we had no bathroom. It was a couple outlets that were outside. This is where my band practiced. So you walked in, and it was corrugated metal. It was 10 foot by 25 foot deep.
Wow.
And then about 10 feet, probably. About what? How 8 feet?
Yeah,
height?
about it, yeah.
So JV, you have to duck to get into the door, but you lift the garage door. It's breezy. You get all the cold from the metal and everything outside, and it's kind of miserable. So JB is always cold. So he would have 2 sweaters on, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, and like a full
Long
winter
johns,
jacket, long
everything.
johns, and
Yeah.
gloves.
we had 3 heaters in there. He would hog 2.
Wow.
I would get 1 sometimes. Like it was like that. And we would have people come out there, but like we would invite people out, and it's like we actually had Heather Mitchell, who we did know, come on, and we asked her because it's like it was our first female guest. What's it like showing up? Like if you didn't know us, like would you have come?
Wow.
You
yeah.
go back into go back into the cut, like maybe like a 150, 250 yards, and then you turn into a gated area that you have to put a code to get in. You clearly no one's there. You go in, you go to a back unit, you open a door, and 2 guys are inside waiting for you.
And it's not like a city surrounding area.
Yeah.
It's like farms and shit.
There's a
around.
train tracks going by, so like I can just
Wow.
shoot a gun when a train goes by. You know what I mean? I didn't plan
Yeah.
this out, but you'll never find her
thought
body.
about
You'll
this.
never find her body.
What was her name again?
Yeah. It'd be crazy if she went missing. I'm like, fuck, now I'm
Fuck.
Google Heather bitch.
Yeah, right. She actually had a podcast for a while.
Yeah.
It was the Vault podcast. She did a lot of stuff on mushrooms and psychedelics, about like the history of it. And how we
Okay.
got there. But very Joe Rogan-y, but like way more scientific. And she's super smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still out there. It's called the Vault podcast. It's on
Very
Stitcher.
cool.
It's on Stitcher.
Yeah, she's cool. She plays Call of Duty too.
For real?
Yeah.
JB and her got some wins together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we used to be in this cold storage unit. People would come. They had nowhere to pee. If you had to shit, you were out of luck. Like there was
I wasn't.
Literally shit out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so you know, JB will shit in a parking lot, street, side of your house, in your house, on the floor, in a
JB 's
heartbeat.
I wasn't.
I wasn't. Listen, when my stomach tells me I gotta go. So I definitely went out in the storage area. It was crazy.
He would go out there. He would go to. I had to go to my car, get my glove box, get some Wendy's napkins, and I'll be back. And I'm like, all right.
He's
Say
going
no
to
more.
shit.
You know what I mean? But he's the most sanitary guy I know.
Wow.
Always washes his hands, putting stuff on, always has wet wipes on him, you know what I mean? He's ready.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to worry about like an awkward poopy handshake from the guy. You know? Now me, if you
That's
see
good.
me shitting in the woods, I'm coming back with a shirt missing. You know what I mean? And maybe one less sock.
One last sock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean?
No, I was prepared. I'd be prepared to go in there. So
But yeah, we were there until it got too hot. It was the summer that drove us out. Now my band still had to practice there in the summer because of the sound and everything. So we were stuck in there like 110 degrees, heat beating down on a metal microwave.
Yeah.
Me and JB didn't have to do it, so we didn't. So we would go back to my apartment at the time. We would record, and you'd have that fight with the AC running next to a microphone, just screaming in it.
Yep.
And I know when you had done the Potapalooza, it was in like that weird position where it was kind of warm but not too warm. But when you get 5 or 6 guys in the basement with a bunch of beer, start talking because we're all full of hot air.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, now we're all sweating, and everyone wish we could turn a fan on, but we're like, no, the mics, we can't do it.
Yeah.
I was good.
Yeah, he was fine. He's wearing like a sweater
Yeah.
down there.
I'm normally cold too.
Yeah,
So
I'll be freezing.
I'd
I
be
get
sitting
cold.
there with you with all of the heaters.
Yeah,
All of them.
I get cold so fast. Like I don't understand.
All right. That's her all day.
All day.
Well, he's only 150 pounds,
Yeah, true.
and he's
Yeah.
6'4",
It makes sense. It
which
makes
is
sense.
why he's not picking
I
anybody
fucking
up
hate
to
the
the
cold.
top shelf.
Well, he
I hate
could.
the cold.
I mean, if they're yeah.
A little man, I could. Like she said, a little man.
Just so you know, you got to keep the center of gravity closer, which means you're gonna have to rub their butt on your chest.
No.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Just scoop them.
Very
like
sanitary.
a little toddler.
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
I'll just pick them up by the armpit area.
Put them on your hip.
Oh Jesus! If I ever see you pick up a grown person, put them on your hip. I don't care. I said person. Doesn't matter who they are, sex wise, and anything. Right? You put a grown person on your hip and walk by. I'm dying.
Listen.
I'm done. We're done the podcast.
I'm gonna need pictures
videotaping
and
everything.
or video.
Listen, I have
Possibly
sex
both.
with a little woman, and I'd pick her up.
I mean, I'm talking about you putting someone on your hip and walking around Walmart.
Yeah, I do that.
Around Walmart.
That might be part of us. That might be our thing, our fetish. I don't know.
Don't say R and look at me.
I'm saying. Well, we did the fetish episode,
He's
Yeah.
picking.
and so like I said, I might pick up a little woman. We might walk around Walmart and stuff like that. And
That was an awkward episode because the guest of that episode was my wife.
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So as we're talking about fetishes and everything she likes, her whole family's hearing this for the first time. You know what I mean?
and she's teaching us what these fetishes mean and all this. That. And I'm like,
She's like, I like to be choked. You know,
Wow,
you know,
yeah.
hit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just telling them everything.
Yep, just everything
Yeah.
up. Just
I think it's the first episode I recorded with in the video, my hood's up the whole time. You know what I mean? It was a symbol. It was a symbol. I didn't hold back, but it was
Yeah.
a symbol of like man, this is a lot. Yeah, I put a lot out there already, but man.
Go out there and check out In Cold Storage with these guys. They're hilarious. They got great guests, and you have a lot of great conversations. I want to take a second to remind everybody that the network is sponsored by Eunomia CBD. Go to eunomiacbd.com, use promo code MBN, get 20% off, free shipping, and free shit. Also remind you to go check out the all-new mbnnetwork.com. It looks incredible. Shout out to April. She's been helping us out with a lot of our marketing and getting things checked out. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of the website. You can check out the text breakdown of all the episodes. It's ridiculous. If you're hearing impaired, if you want to just follow along, it really helps. It's something that's really, really crazy that I never even thought about. Also, check out the merch. We got the 10 out of 10 Instant Classic hoodie and the all-new Dumb Fucks hoodie just in time for hoodie season. Let's roll into What's the Point? What's the point?
Is there a point to this? What is your point?
Are you just gonna sit there and look stupid?
All right, so my point this week, I saw this. And
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
The one guy on there sounded like Fuzz when he was like, "What is the point?"
What is the point?
Listen, he sounded just like him. That's funny as shit.
I wasn't paying attention. How do you say it?
Yeah,
He
here we
said,
go.
"What is the
What's
point?"
the point? Is there a point to this? What is your point?
It does sound like
Sit
me.
there and look stupid.
Hold on, I'll do it again to see if what is your point?
That's him.
My point this week, I just saw it the other night, and it like kind of made me uncomfortable. In 2003, in a 2003 paper, Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom argues that in the future, humans could develop advanced computers capable of running detailed simulations of the past. Bostrom states in the paper that if the technology is invented, modern humans could, quote, not belong to the original race, but rather to people simulated by the advanced descendants of an original race, end quote. David Kipling, an astronomer from Columbia University, recently told Scientific American that there are either no simulations like this or there is both reality and simulation. Therefore, according to Kipling, there is a 50-50 chance that we are living in a computer simulation. I said that kind of fast. So what the whole thing is basically about is that they're saying that people could develop computers that would be able to run simulations of things in the past. Therefore, that's a possibility that that's what we're in.
So we're in the simulation of that they're running to see what happened in the past.
Yes. And they're saying that there's a 50-50 chance that this is the case.
I want to remind you that there's a 50-50 chance that JB's my best quarterback, and there was only two. And I said that was really good odds either way. So that's not good. just
No,
for
not
you,
good.
those of you that didn't understand 50-50 now but did then, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just kind of uncomfortable by it.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because, like, if this is a simulation, like, I want to know what's on the outside of it.
What a shitty simulation.
and is the, like,
Wait, is that what the coronavirus is?
I don't know. If we're in a simulation,
It's
is it a virus?
Ooh.
Yeah. Somebody spilled the Corona
It's the coronavirus.
on the keys.
Coronavirus.
It is really real.
Shit is real.
It doesn't upset you. It doesn't make you feel fearful at all.
No.
You're the person who's afraid of seeing the Earth from a distance on any kind of satellite imagery,
Yeah.
but you don't think that's scary.
No.
Are you afraid of getting trapped out in space?
There's a lot
Caleb?
that comes with it. I don't like the nothingness, and then at the same time, if there's a lot of stars and a lot of light, I won't like that. And then I don't like the view of Earth from space.
He's picky.
So I've read the article in the Scientific American. I tried to read it. It's very I can't follow it very well. But part of this theory goes even further to say that there could be some sort of intergalactic extraterrestrial thing going on that's running a simulation on a bigger scale, which would be the universe and everything in it, right? So like if by rights, by saying like, all right, if there's a human civilization that is running a simulation of the past, the same could be true for an alien, race that could be running a simulation of the past of the whole fucking thing.
That's what I assumed. I wouldn't think it was other humans.
Other humans, right? Like it wouldn't be like
It wasn't someone in 2021.
it could be aliens on Earth
I mean,
running a simulation.
Just
of what we
walking
are.
among us?
They could be learning about us.
Well, according to the Canadian, whatever their president king is, whatever the hell, some guy that left, right? It might even been a prime minister. I don't know.
Prime Minister. Yeah.
He said that afterwards, undisputably, aliens were real and they live among us, and we've made deals with them to live here with us. So, I mean, what you just said about them walking around, you know what I mean? If you follow the chain of
just looking
events,
all human and shit.
if you make an Alex Jones turn, you know what I mean? You can get there. But I will say that I, as a person who has anxiety, that does scare me a little bit. But like my thing is, it doesn't make sense that this part matters. In a simulation, I know you can't really get to the end result if you don't do everything, that mattered before, the X factor, if you will. But at the same time, like it just seems like, all the shit with me like getting a speeding ticket or whatever, like it just seems like all that's asinine and erroneous.
Right. Are we like NPCs?
Yeah.
then?
And why do I feel
just
pain?
Non-player.
Why does my nose not
characters?
work and yours does? Was there a glitch in my code?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like at that,
Yes.
and at that point, then my question is, how comes
Probably.
when you cut me open, I bleed and everything? How comes we actually have to clean up spills? We have, all these products to do this. If the simulation's that deep, then the conversation
Is this like
about
Westworld?
It would have to be.
If the simulation is that deeply
that's a good way of
ingrained,
looking at it.
Yeah.
then at that point, there's no use even in my mind of talking about it because it's so. We talk about zombies all the time,
Right.
It's possible, not plausible,
Right.
But like it's fun to talk about. This to me, it's fun to talk about, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I would say that if you'd have to see it as a Schrodinger cat. It either is true, 100% true or not. And at the end of the day, we can't change it. All we can do is make the simulation work.
They're saying literally flip a coin. 50-50 chance.
Who's got a
that
coin?
We're living in a fucking simulation.
You got a coin?
I don't have a coin.
I don't think being in a simulation would be any different than
It wouldn't be.
than I don't know. I guess like it doesn't give me anxiety because like I guess like if you think about the end and dying and all that, like if you're a person who doesn't, or like an atheist or something, you don't believe in something, when you die, you just die. So like in a simulation, when it's over, it's just over, right? I mean, it could be that point of view to me anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But they still might not want to die.
I mean, who?
I'm just saying.
Nobody wants
Yeah,
to die.
I mean,
we just
yeah.
all know that we have a death date that we have no idea when that is.
Exactly. And my thing is like, if it's because we're all a simulation, then I mean, whatever.
What if heaven's just the trash bin in the computer?
The recycle bin.
Recycle bin. Yeah.
I hope it's not the recycling bin because there's going to be a lot of other files in there.
I mean, a bunch of different universes and dimensions could be everybody else's. Could be, you know what I'm saying? We could just be one person's fucking
You know how many
shit.
Right. Temporary internet files are in there from different various porn sites that I don't want to be involved with in my heaven. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to be sitting there and being like, what was this?
I mean, because
search?
that's basically what The Sims is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, except we're more detailed than The Sims, but we're putting more into The Sims to make them more real and like us, and they're just out there doing whatever. The Sims do whatever. They'll fucking starve and do dumb shit and go to the clubs in the middle of
They
the day,
die.
and they die and
they
fuck
die.
around, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They run off and get married, and you know what I'm saying? They got all types of mods
jobs
and shit.
and
yeah,
shit.
they have affairs, they get jobs, they start businesses, they
So-
make babies.
I mean, is it really
And you think
different
about
than
it.
that?
You think about like analytics and sports and numbers and mathematics and all this shit. Like you were saying, Fuzz. Like it could go as deep as like if they're running a simulation and we're all in it. Chances are they're smart enough to like know that like, oh, me picking up this water is part of the simulation. I'm thirsty. I
Yeah.
need it. My NPC is this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see it now in video games.
And as far as like back pain and stuff, we fit into, I say we because I have terrible back issues as well. We fit into a certain, category, right? Like we're that's just what it is. So
if
like
these people didn't
certain
exist, maybe they'd question it. You
right,
know what I
like
mean?
a certain percentage of like people have to have back pain, or a certain percentage of people have to be blind, or a certain because that's part of the simulation. It has to encompass everything. 50-50 chance. I'm uncomfortable with it. 100%. Jackie, what's your point?
All right. So recently, there was a man out in Utah that was he was trying to go for a jog, and he ended up encountering a mama cougar.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about, because most of the headlines are like, cougar stalks man. That cougar is not stalking that man. She is being a mom, and she's protecting her cubs, and she's making sure that man leaves the premises. Because if she was stalking him, you would never have seen her.
Yeah,
right?
the video was wild. So he looked like he was like on a trail just somewhere. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was a mountain lion. You saw
mountain lion or cougar
something.
The way that its legs were moving when it was towards them, it was so fast. I was like,
so fast, and she like wasn't gaining on him. You know what I mean? It was simply all show. Like, get the fuck away.
Yeah,
I ain't even.
So it's terrifying, and this goes on for 6 minutes. So he's walking away, and smart on him, because I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, instinct would be like run, but I'm also like, they're gonna think I'm food. Is she gonna hunt me down and eat me? But so he's walking away, facing her, but backing away. And then I think he probably eventually threw a rock or something, and then she ended up running off the opposite direction back to where her.
It's funny. Were. It's funny you brought up like the whole stalked by a cougar, because I typed in cougar on YouTube, and it's just stalked. Cougar stalks man.
I want you to know, though, that when you first said this, I want you to know, if I read that headline, I would have assumed it was about an older, attractive woman stalking a man.
Oh, there's definitely been.
You know what I mean?
There's definitely been spoofs that I haven't been able to watch, but it looks like a guy dressed as an older woman, and she comes, steps out from the woods and is like hunting down some man. You know what I mean? Like, it's hilarious.
That's what I first think of. But I will say that if I saw one, I'd be terrified. I would run. I wouldn't move fast. And if I realized it wasn't gaining on me, I probably would have stopped running anyway, because, it's useless at that point.
Yes. I found it, but how do I make...
I keep finding fucking news videos. I don't want the news videos. I just want the fucking video.
It's a little small.
Listen, I got a compliment earlier and they're taking it away. Don't do that.
I'm trying to tell you.
I can see what you're talking about, the paws. Wow. That's almost in like a way to kick up dust.
Yeah.
To like make yourself seem more ferocious and big.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Something interesting. I used to scuba dive. When you get your license for scuba dive, it's lifetime. You don't have to recert. So technically, I'm still licensed. I'm PADI open water certified. But when you, I did it down in Key West, Florida, and when you see barracuda in the water, now barracuda are pretty stubborn and they'll bite anything. So if they see you head on, they will. If they're hungry enough, they'll fuck with you. They'll try to bite you. They'll try to take you out.
Yeah.
But if you turn sideways and show them how big you are, they will just turn right around. And it has to do with just like that whole idea, even with the puffer fish and everything, about making yourself just like chest out. That whole macho machismo. What was the chicken hawk from fucking Rooster back in the day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With his chest out, like, you know what I mean? Like Scrappy Doo as well. That whole concept, like that's what basically you turn, you show how big you are, and then there's a reaction, just, okay, this is now an actual threat. Even if they're not bigger than you, it's like it's a bigger thing than I thought.
Right.
That's kind of what it looks like it's doing there.
It was it was all intimidation.
The whole point is she's not stalking him. She's making sure that this intruder.
He said in the video, I think, that he was like close to her cubs.
Yeah.
Like he stumbled upon her, like her cubs, and then she came out of nowhere, like, oh.
Stalking would be like her, like on the trees, like following him down, like hiding in the bush.
You wouldn't see her. Like, how do you think they get food?
Mainstream media,
they
man.
Stalk their prey, and then they pounce. She's not pouncing. She's straight up terrorizing him, though.
Fucking lamestream media gets it wrong again.
Yeah,
I'd have definitely pulled my gun out. At least. Listen, because my thing is, if she keeps coming, like you said, if he stumbled upon the cubs, it's like, oh shit, obviously I ain't mean to be here. I'm trying to dip.
Well, like it's obvious to you, but not her.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, which is
You
why
know?
the gun got to
Like-
come out, because it's
like-
like, yo, I don't want no problems, but at the same time, you can't understand what
Now
I'm
it's
saying.
obvious.
JB, how many? You have kids, right?
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I got 3, so
Okay,
I'm
let's
doing
say
the same thing.
You're at the
Yeah.
you're at the playground, and some person drives up in a van.
Some
Yup.
cougar.
You're going to watch them,
Yup.
and you're going to make sure that they know you're watching your kids,
And
so
as
that
soon as
they
they
can't
get,
snatch.
as soon as they get too close, dog, I'm snapping on you.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I get
Run
it.
up like
Yes.
the cougar, like,
Run up, yeah.
Yeah,
You
my
gotta
own-
practice your cougar skills, though.
That's what I'm
Get
saying.
The big paws.
The gun is that show of intimidation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to remember, he's not a cougar. He's a panther. Black panther. And he doesn't do the paws because you also don't hear the chick chick. You know what I mean? He's already got one in the chamber.
Yeah,
The only thing you get is maybe a ew.
Listen, and it's a wild
Ew.
animal. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to do. Like, I wouldn't want to do nothing. Like, he was able to get away, obviously,
Yeah.
without doing
Yeah.
much. So, like, that would have been my thing. But my thing is, if you keep coming, animal, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it because you're
Yeah.
not going to eat me out here over a misunderstanding.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I was trying to poach your cubs or none of that. Like, I'm just trying to take a hike.
I would fire a warning shot.
But in the
100%.
in the same regard, you got people who are like, well, some of the wild animals are getting so domesticated that they're like literally not fearful of humans, and they just come right up and can be in people's backyards and stuff. And then those are the ones that end up getting put down because now they're just a danger. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to find the balance between nature and civilization here, and learning to live together and respecting nature's boundaries.
We
Yeah,
keep
that's-
taking down more and reducing their area to
Yes.
live.
Yeah.
And then talking about, like, even in politics, right? Like all the conversations about our environmental health of our country and what we're going to do to impact it and keep it around. But yet in Downingtown, we're tearing down every fucking area of grass and putting
Yeah.
up $500,000 condos.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
leave it the fuck alone. See, that's my thing.
Right.
My thing is, a wild animal is a wild animal. I ain't trying to go near it. I don't care if it's a bird. I don't care if it's a chipmunk.
Yeah.
But I got a certain distance where my thing is, it's an animal. I'm still on its land over here. I'm chilling. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want no problems with nothing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
don't come
Yeah.
over here. I'm not trying to come over there to y'all. But
You seen the video of that kid on the scooter with the eagle
Oh
chasing
my
it?
God!
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
It's
see?
so funny.
He was trying to- he was about to get snatched
screaming.
up.
He's screaming so bad.
if he was
I
a
need
toddler, he might have got
Yeah, he
snatched
was-
up.
he
might have gotten
He
snatched
might have
up.
got snatched
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the only way that happens is by like you were saying, we have to basically realize that the more we take into their area, the more they come to ours. We have to give them their area. We have to leave their food sources alone so that they can stay there and they don't wander out of that area. If
Right.
you have all their needs there, they won't come here.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. If you see stuff like that in like India with like the monkeys and shit like that, like the different types of monkeys and shit, where monkeys will just chill in the same areas in the town centers as the people, and they'll come and take their food. Like, they're not scared of the people because they are around them so
They're
much.
around
And
them so
they
much.
come and
Yeah.
take their food and just run off with them.
I
and
mean,
shit
I'd
like
probably
that.
want to be friends with one of those monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, you
They're
might be able
probably
to.
super cute.
Yeah, you might be able to get one.
It does, but even having that, there's a health risk too because of the fact
Yeah,
that
they're wild.
Their
They're wild.
feces, the viruses they bring, the fleas
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like
they do
that.
like to fling poo, don't they?
Yeah, you know what I mean. They pee on people, like babies,
Like, baby.
like babies.
Yeah, yeah.
No, so, Fuzz, do you have a point?
Yeah, I have 1.5. This
Okay.
one's gonna be quick. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently there's a Photoshop genre of horror movie screams with hot pizza put in their mouths. So it looks like they're just burning their mouth when they scream. I
Yes.
gotta say, I think memes. We've talked about this before on our podcast. Memes are really the new form of just like comedy.
Yeah.
For me, like
Yes.
like general, like it's nice. I get these like daily doses of stand up. You know what I mean? Like they have these daily motivation apps you can download where it's like be yourself and love yourself. And then this is like every once in a while you'll see a meme. And realistically, I'd say a lot of people get on their phone nowadays. So you might see a meme every, let's say, 4 hours conservatively. That's nice to have that little laugh every
Yeah.
so often. Now, some of them get you angry, right? Especially nowadays in
Yeah.
politics. But I just appreciate this kind of creativity.
I'm gonna assume that is Toni Collette from Hereditary.
Oh, I don't
Does
know.
it say?
I didn't see
Does it
Hereditary. It does not.
Damn.
But it is really good. The other thing I wanted to bring up that we can discuss, this is a complete conspiracy that just came out a couple days ago. Allegedly, there's now this investigation, and as you know, as we get closer to voting day, things happen. And we don't like to talk about politics, but this is just interesting.
I want to talk about it on Patreon.
Oh, you want this thing?
Save if it's a conspiracy. Let's
Yes.
save it. Let's save it.
Okay.
Let's save it for Patreon.
Okay, I'll save it for Patreon.
We are running out of time, and I want to dive into
Then
that.
let's get JB in.
JB, do you got a point?
All right, yeah. I was unprepared, but I'll just do
Okay.
it. I'll just do it from my Facebook.
Do it.
Basically, the situation with the Lakers winning the championship, DeMarcus Cousins, who technically isn't on the team, has a chance to get a ring from the team. So I basically asked Facebook a question where if a player is eligible for a ring, but they didn't play on the team, and they do get the ring, do people count that as a championship win? Do they respect that ring for the player and all that stuff?
No, I don't. I don't.
Yeah,
No.
And somebody said it seemed like a participation award, and it made me think.
You
of
started
him.
on it. You started on the team. Like I get it. Like you played with the team, they won the championship that year. But like, especially,
What if he was injured?
if he was injured, that's a different story. We're talking about you got traded to a different team.
Yeah, normally they're not.
okay,
Yeah, they're not on
okay.
that team at the end of the
Okay.
season.
Yeah.
So they started on that team.
Well, then no. he
Oh
shouldn't
wait.
get a-
All right. So if you get traded to a team and then that team that you're now on wins a championship and you were a part of that championship run, I'm with it.
Okay.
If you got traded from the team that just won the championship before they won the championship and you're eligible for a ring, I'm not with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not
because that's happened. That's actually happened in basketball where
a couple times, I think.
Yeah, where people were eligible. The team he left with the team is facing the team that he's on now, so he's eligible to get a ring.
Yeah.
no matter who wins
Yep.
and all that stuff.
And he was like, so, and he even played, he lost to them in the championship, right? Didn't that happen this year?
This year,
Somebody on the Heat was on the Lakers or something, or something like that.
exactly.
So, like,
So
yeah,
in my
that
opinion,
motherfucker better not get a ring.
especially
Just stop
if you're on the opposing team. No ring. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Right.
No.
Right.
yeah. But
You gotta be on
some,
the winning
I'm not with
team.
but something like DeMarcus Cousins, and I bring him up because he got brought to the team in the beginning of the season, but then he got injured and he never played a game. So he never played a game with the team. But one thing that he was doing was throughout the season he was working out with the team still,
Yeah.
like doing drills and
Yep.
stuff like that.
And he's a veteran player too, so he's
Yeah.
probably like coaching him up a little bit too. Something like that I can get with. Yeah.
So and that's
I
the
get with
thing. Like one of the players said that they might want to give him a ring, and I was just thinking about like, or people, if they do give him a ring, do people respect that? Like he was there in the beginning of the season. He maybe worked out a little, but he never put on a jersey. He never played a single minute.
Yeah.
Never took a shot.
Yeah.
So and then if he does get the ring, do y'all count that as he actually won a championship? That was more so my question. Do people count that as him?
That one's tough because, like, yes, because he was on the team when they won the championship. Because I think they even give it to, like, they give rings to, like, people who work in the stadium.
Everybody. I think
So, like,
yeah.
you know,
everybody
Everybody that's in the
deserves-
organization.
Yeah, so if you're with them and if you contribute at all, yeah.
It made me think of Semi-Pro. You see that movie?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
When he's like, yeah, because he was riding the bench
yeah.
because he's wearing his ring around his neck. He's like, I don't like to be all flashy and
Right.
wear it on my finger.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean they're part of the team too, because like you
Yeah,
said, they got
absolutely.
in practice they work out the first string
not
or
only that-
whatever.
You don't know what's going on behind the scenes and how like inspiring they might be to somebody else who is currently playing, or maybe they're dictating to them like, hey, you're doing this, but if you do this instead, you might
Yeah.
have more success or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean that's right, because that's why they keep older veteran guys on teams like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they might
Absolutely.
not start,
They're like
but
mentoring the younger guys coming up into the league.
exactly.
And I think that's just as valuable.
As the most knowledgeable person here on sports, which JB will tell you is an absolute lie, but it's true. I wrote a book about sports stats. I've been on your show before, remember? I would say this. I think that you have to delineate the difference between like a win, a respect, and like you're a champion. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think there's different terms within that question.
Yeah.
So like let's in this scenario, guy was on a team, right? Because like I said, I don't know this shit. Guy, I mean I know all of it. I'm just making sure the fans know. Sorry, I stumbled from all this hospitality. This water is amazing. I gotta tell you. So a guy was on a team, switched, and then the team he left won.
Well, that happened to one guy, but the one guy I specifically talked about, he started on the team, he got injured and dropped from the team.
If he was a part of the run that led to a championship, I think he should. I think anyone in the
What is
organization
a-
should get a ring, and you should be. I think you should be. It's a form of acknowledgement for your part. However, if you weren't involved in the direct run at all, it's just that. It's just, hey, thank you for what you did. You helped us get here.
Yeah.
But the people who won the game, to me, are the champions.
Right.
And like, I'm not saying that anyone who's a second string or third string is shit, because you still have to be elite to get on that position. You know what I mean? There's just like, there was a guy, I don't know if it was Drew Brees, made a comment or something like people are saying I'm getting too old, but like my games now are career games for other people. Like, that's how good I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, there's some truth to that. Like, these guys are elite athletes. Like, to be in that position at all, on that field and training with them. However, if you weren't a part of the win, I wouldn't take the win. Like, if we played Call of Duty, right? And when you got the final kill and I'm dead, it's really hard for me to say, we won. I did it. You know what I mean?
I mean, we did win.
We won as a team. JB clutches shit. That's the fucking shit. At the end of the day, we all get rings. And it's like, listen, but we couldn't have done it without this.
I play a game on my phone called Toon Blast.
Oh, here we go.
They don't pay us, but I have a team, right? And the most you can have on your team is 50 players. So every weekend from Friday to like early Monday morning, you have to play in this team tournament. And whoever has the most amount of stars gets either coins, which you divide 50 ways, even if you don't have 50 people on your team. Even if people aren't getting any stars on your team, it still gets divided out evenly.
Yeah.
And I kind of get mad about it.
Because you put in so much work.
It's my team. I created the team, and I'm like, and I give out the most helps because it keeps track all week. And I'm normally over 100 helps, and the next person's like maybe 80. Yeah. And I'm like, because there's times like I'm log into the game just to give people help and not even play.
Well, as an example of something that I would like see as like a separation, right? What's the average length of a football player's career?
Oh,
4 years, 7 years?
About 4.
Okay, what's the average length of a coach's career?
Oh shit,
a lot longer than that. Yeah.
So when you look 50? At it, like when a coach is like given like all this credit for winning, I think the coach had a very important role. I don't think the coach won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand there's a lot of thought behind that and doing plays and training guys and motivating and putting people in the right positions, reading your players that day, you know, putting the right people in this. There's a lot that goes on there, and I'm not making that sound like a lesser of a thing. But to me, it's always been those who produce.
Yeah, they're not actually doing the work.
Like you're not just a part of it. You're not like, hey, thank you for being a part of the organization. It's like, hey, thank you for being the organization. But then you can look at the other people and go, thank you for making this organization great and giving us your all, because you're only going to be able to do it for X amount of period of time.
Yeah.
But yet the other guy over there is like getting, the Gatorade dumped on him, and he's got like a fucking 30-year career, while this guy's got to figure out how to finance his shit for 7 years of income, maybe if he's lucky.
Yeah.
And that's got to take care of the rest of his life, plus his family. He's got to work out deals, negotiations, get sponsors, do this, invest. He has to do all this stuff within a short period of time. And we've seen time and time again where people don't take advantage of that. Right. They don't know, because they usually come from an area where they weren't like educated in that, financially, because I know I wasn't. And then, then they're working at fucking Office Depot.
Yeah.
After a couple year career, because, they got caught sneaking someone into a locker room that was dressed like a football player and wasn't. Or, you know what I mean? Like shit like that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, that did happen. That specifically did.
I told you, I know everything about sports.
That's funny.
Question me.
Yeah, let's do a quick lightning round of late review. I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
why didn't I know about this sooner?
Try again.
Lightning round, Jackie. Are you ready?
No, I just listened to you. I don't have anything. Everything I've thought of, because we just recorded last night, technically. I got nothing right
Wait,
now.
you didn't review Schitt's Creek last night?
Yes, I did.
Did you give it? Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Fuck.
Okay, just to let you know, what did you give it?
Schitt's Creek, I gave a 10.
Schitt's Creek's amazing.
Schitt's Creek is a straight up instant classic.
Instant classic.
Have you ever seen it?
I think you put me on it.
My wife did.
Oh, well,
It would have been one of those times we came up from the basement and my wife was binge watching it.
Yeah, your house.
Yeah,
So.
it's great.
I'm going to quickly review. They just came out with a DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, which I reviewed on the show a while ago. Really good. The game was incredible. I gave it a 9.5, I think, on the show. The update, I would give it a 9 if you had to pay for it, but because it's free, I'm giving it a instant classic. It's fucking great.
It's free.
It's free.
See, I haven't downloaded it yet.
It's free. It's
See,
great.
I would rate the game a little lower than you,
Yeah.
but because it didn't keep me, I stopped playing.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, that to me is a factor, like that X factor we talked about earlier.
The
like that
multiplayer is
thing.
very cool.
They added that.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
see, that's what
It's very
I'm interested to see what that's
very
like.
cool.
But in the fighting system, I want to see the arrows.
Yeah.
When I launch them, I want to be able to pin people to walls.
Yeah.
I think that would have been cool. They could have just did that a little better.
Yeah.
If they would have just put a little bit more nuance into that. But the graphics were amazing. Everything was great. I would give that game a solid 8.7.
Well, there's your review. JB, do you have?
Oh damn! He just took my. I was just damn.
That was his review.
Shit.
We're lightning round. Do you have anything else to review?
Among Us, the video game. It's, it's free on your phone. You can pay $2 for ad free.
I keep seeing people post about this.
And you can pay like $6 on Steam to play it on PC. You can play cross-platform. You use a code. It's like you make a lobby. This game's I think made by like 1 or 2 people, and currently it's the #1 game in the world.
What's it? What kind of game is this?
What it is there's I think there's up to 10 people. In a normal lobby, you get people into a spaceship or one of 3 locations, and there's typically you can change these settings. There's 2 of you that are imposters. Those people are going around. They have a kill time.
Okay.
They have a fast travel option by going through vents, but people can see you do it. And the whole point is that like you're going around doing tasks to get like to finish your taskbar to fill it up so you can win the round. While 2 people are trying to sabotage you and kill you. Now they can like turn off the lights so you can't see, so you only get like a peripheral vision of this around your character, which is like 2 inches, might be 1 inch.
I feel like that's too much anxiety for me.
Listen, and when you get on Discord, you're literally in a Discord lobby with people you never met, and you have to convince them that you just killed their friend in front of them, and you got to be like, nah, it wasn't me, it was him. Like if I stabbed you right now in the face, like say we were like the lights went off, I stabbed you in the face. Well, okay, throat. Sorry, you know what I mean. So I hit you in your
so
throat.
Much better.
Yeah, you mean just jugular. You die, then the lights come back on, and like we're sitting here and you're dead. I have to convince JB it was him because we have to vote someone off to throw him out the evac.
Oh wow!
The game's the most toxic thing I've ever played.
Really?
If you remember back in the day on Halo and everything, Call of Duty,
yeah.
It was horrible with all those 8-year-olds. It's like that now, and the 8-year-olds are still in there.
So what do you rate the game?
I would rate the game. I would rate the game a 10.
Instant classic.
Yeah.
That's very good. I have to check it out. I keep seeing people post about it, but if it's that toxic, I don't know if I need that shit in my life. JB, what do you got?
Again, I wasn't prepared. and since y'all pick games, I'll just pick the game that I'm playing, which is just Call of Duty Warzone.
No, do a new.
No,
new
co-host
album.
Kev is all
What
into
do you want
that.
me to do?
My boy co-host Kev is all into that.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
love? Wasn't there a new album that came out recently? You like?
What?
I don't know. I thought you were trying to turn me on to something the other day.
No, I don't think so.
Go ahead, Call of Duty.
Yeah, but Call of Duty Warzone. That's my shit.
That's your shit?
Yeah, that's the only game I play. That's the only game on my PlayStation right now.
I have to get you hooked up with co-host Kev because
Yeah.
that's all he plays. as
Yeah,
well.
that's all I play.
Every
So,
time I talk to him,
He
he's
does
like, "Did
play-
you get Call of Duty yet?"
Doesn't he play one of the NHL whatever?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just so you know, you can only have Call of Duty on your PlayStation because it's like 300 gigabytes
Yeah,
now.
it's
So
big as shit,
it's
isn't
why
it?
it's
Yeah.
the only game. You have
Yeah.
to sacrifice every other game for it.
Yeah, I have
Right.
no
Great
external
marketing
hard
scheme.
drive.
Right.
So, but yeah, Warzone is fucking fun. Battle Royale game. Sort of like Fortnite, but not Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
Just
don't
the Battle
build shit.
Royale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
just Battle
straightforward.
Royale. Yeah, just straightforward. You know, helicopters drive trucks. You know what I'm saying? Shoot people. I got my loadout. I know my guns and everything now. I got my setup and all that shit. So I be out there. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant, like he said, like I'm clutch out there now.
Yeah,
Like, Listen,
yeah.
I got some
Mama
clutch
mentality,
wins.
okay, yeah.
Listen, I got about 10 clutch moments out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put me out there as the last dude. I'm getting the last kill. My teammates dead. It don't matter. I'm out there getting it.
Just know JB will definitely sacrifice you if he needs to.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but he did it for the
yeah.
win.
Yeah.
And
Listen.
the brag. And the brag.
Listen, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm that dude to where if you run to a box first and you open it, I might snatch what's in that box, even though we're on the same team. I might snatch what's, and then if you be like, yo, did you take that? Nah, I didn't. But later down the road, you gonna see me using what you thought that I took. But hey, we got this win. So
the
I mean,
win.
fuck it. So, but
And if he didn't get the win, he never told you.
Mamba
Yeah.
mentality.
yeah, but yeah, Call of Duty Warzone, like I said, man, being the last one, I love it. It's like it's team building game. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to have good communication to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've always liked co-op games. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
same.
I've never really got into one player games and stuff like that. So like the Ghost of Tsushima,
Tsushima,
yeah.
yeah.
I like to see people play them games. I like to watch them play, but I don't really play myself.
The multiplayer is all co-op now.
Okay.
That just came out. Yeah, it's you might like that.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. We should play together.
Yeah, we should check
Yeah,
it out.
Yeah, so yeah, co-op games, like I said, I like that.
What would you rate Call of Duty Warzone?
Warzone. I mean,
It's free. So don't
Yeah,
forget
it
that.
is. It is free.
It is
So
free, yeah.
because of
Warzone
that, I gotta give it like a 9.5, 10. Like I wouldn't say it's perfect. It's probably some things they could do better, but like I said, because it is free, I love it so much. I play it all day.
I think it deserves an instant classic.
Is it an instant classic?
Yeah, it's a
Is it?
10.
Okay, it's an instant classic.
It revived a game series.
Yeah. Right.
It really did.
Because I was done with Call of Duty for a while until that came out, and now, like I said, I play it for 24 hours.
If you get a chance, if you do ever watch people play games, look for a game called Phasmophobia that just came out. I haven't played it, so I can't review it. But you're a ghost hunter. You use EMF readers, and the spirits can kill you. And you have an insanity meter. You have to take meds. You look for ghost orbs and all that stuff. And it's VR.
Oh God!
Oh God!
Put it in my
Terrifying.
butt and twist it.
Fuzz and JB, thank you guys so much for being on the show with us, man.
Yeah,
I really
thank you.
appreciate it. Yo, plug your stuff up one more time, real quick.
Go
ahead,
check.
Fuzz.
Yeah, go check us out on everything. Patreon.com/InColdStorage to support the show. You get a little package when you first do it with some items that we handmade and some stickers as well. You get a personal shout out for your business or for just yourself. We're on basically everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podbean, all that stuff, and support Might Be News and support podcasts all over the place.
Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
That's it for this week. Jackie, great job.
You too.
JB, Fuzz, fantastic.
Respect the chicken.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so much.
Black Panther album on the way.
There you go. Check out You Know Me as CBD. Go to YouKnowMeAsCBD.com. Use promo code MBN. Get 20% off, free shipping and free shit. Go to the website. Check it out, people. MBNNetwork.com. It's never been easier for you to find your new favorite podcast. We got blogs on there now. We got new profile pages coming soon. We got new merch. Go check it out. Dumb Fucks Hoodie. Dumb Fucks Hoodie. Do it. I'm telling you, it's an instant classic. Thank you guys so much for listening. We got more with In Cold Storage on our Patreon segment this week, so make sure you go check it out. Go to patreon.com/MBN Network to subscribe. $5 a month. You get some shit from us and exclusive content. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace out.